After receiving my share of abuse from uh, Andy, mm, well, the prog and jazz fusion critic and lecturer, and also prog drummer, who is so immersed in his success that he's totally blind to his biases. I'm going to give three more examples of drummers that are underrated. I mean, really underrated. And you can compare that with his list with Bruford and Phil Collins at the top. Uh, I'll let you decide. Uh, these that I will show you are just three. There could be um, many more, but uh, the three are Black women from the US. Uh, and the first is the least well known, but she's played with people like Mike Stern. And she's an excellent drummer, in my opinion. I'll show you a little bit of her work. Her skill is incredible. But let's see the other one, the second one I wanted to show you. Her name is Cindy Blackman, and she's better known because of her marriage to Carlos Santana. But in fact, she's played with the likes of John McLaughlin, and she was well known in the jazz rock circles even before. Miles Davis asked her to join his band, but she had other commitments, so she ended up not doing that. Here is a little example of her drum skills. Her skill is impressive, coming in the tradition of, say, Tony Williams. She's a force of nature. Apparently, uh, she's not underrated. But Phil Collins, wow, poor guy. He's really underrated, apparently. And at the end, I would like to uh, show the great, maybe the senior drummer, uh, Crossover, because she played with the likes of Michael Brecker, Herbie Hancock, who took her under his wing. I'm talking about the band leader and drummer Terlyn Carrington. Here she is. And she's an extraordinary leader in the tradition of Max Roach. What she said in a recent interview is, and I quote, "The longer you try to express yourself artistically, the more you become yourself." Fantastic. It's like that quote of the Spanish poet Antonio Machado: "Caminante no hay camino, se hace camino al andar." Wanderer, there is no road. You make the road by walking. Uh, Also, she quotes Andre Audrey Lorde, I'm sorry, uh, also from the civil rights tradition, who said in her transformation of silence into language and action, "Your silence will not protect you." What does it mean? That if, for example, New Labour uh, establish neoliberal policies that hurt the base of the Labour Party. And just because one is not directly affected by these measures and keeps quiet or does nothing about it, that will not protect that person, because there will be more New Labour after. And here we are with Stammer. In my view, is even worse than Brown or Blair. Well, Blair is difficult. But um, she has incredible insights. And then she quotes one of the best drummers ever, in my opinion, which is Max Roach, when he says, "I will never again play anything that does not have social significance. We American jazz musicians of African descent have proved beyond all doubt that we are master musicians of our instruments. Now, what we have to do is to employ our skill to tell the dramatic story of our people and what we've been through." Well, if he were alive today, maybe he would not be so optimistic. But I'll give you a small example of what Terry Lynn is able to do. Here, Terry Lynn was working with Michael Brecker, but I encourage you to check her recent albums as a leader uh, of the group called Artemis. And I think this small sample of brilliant uh, African American women drummers is sufficient to show the biases of our friend. Uh, well, let me be clear. I'm attacking his behavior, not the person. And Edwards can be a very nice person. It's the thinking or the behavior that I'm critical of. So I hope that I showed you somehow that he has some biases that are hurting other people. And I will show you in a video how the statement that Black jazz musicians in the UK have it easier than blacks is absurd. And I hope that I will be able to convince you that. Courtney Pine, by the way, um, in the list of UK modern jazz fusion musicians, Hutchins never appears. That's incredible. I don't know how that's possible. Anyway, I'll show you why his analysis of the posh people and so on is misguided because he represents the position of a social class that has been hurt by globalization and its effects, but fell into blaming blacks, immigrants, and people who are just a little bit more wealthy, the so-called posh people, like these musicians, a few of them, like Roger Waters, who actually are very anti-systemic. They are, let's say, ultra-conservative musicians are not rebels. They are really riding on the political mainstream. And there is a mistake here thinking that the so-called posh labor insiders, government elite are somehow on the left. This ended with Blair. After Blair, there is no more left in England. Even if the left was Attlee, the first government after World War II. That was, and actually many of the British great artists went to art school that was created during that time. Working class, like say Eric Clapton, to name a famous case, or Keith Richards. These were really working class, but that was then. I would end with a quote that says it all, and that shows how attacking the left, thinking like Stammer could be any kind of left-leaning government, is unreal. When they asked Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady, what was her greatest accomplishment, she said, Tony Blair. That says it all. Goodbye.